Hello and welcome to Amplify. My name is Bob Gentle, and today I want to talk to you about something which is pretty fundamental to digital marketing, and it comes up again and again with my clients, and that's that email marketing is dead, it's old-fashioned, nobody's doing that anymore, and it doesn't work. A lot of agencies don't want to tell you that email marketing still drives more sales than any other digital marketing tactic available. And they don't like to tell you because, like blogging and podcasting and YouTube channels, they're very difficult to delegate and almost impossible to subcontract. Email marketing is challenging for several reasons, but for an agency, it makes sense to body swerve completely. And maybe the exception to that is something like the traditional email blast or promotional mailing. These are really the online equivalent of flyer drops. They're not very sophisticated. And although I'm not the biggest fan of this type of email marketing, they still work pretty well, and they're a lot cheaper than a flyer drop. Agencies also don't really like email marketing because it can be very time consuming when it's done as a standalone activity. If you're going to create a lot of content that's only going to be used once, that looks a lot like an eroded profit margin to me. Even email marketing done badly works better than just about any other form of digital marketing. Surveys regularly show that up to 70% of e-commerce sales across the world are driven not by search engine marketing, not by online ads, but by email marketing. And the smart marketers know that a large proportion of digital marketing budget shouldn't go towards trying to necessarily acquire customers, but towards trying to acquire mailing list subscribers, because they know once they've achieved that mailing list subscriber, they no longer depend on Facebook or they no longer depend on Google for their access to that customer, but they can now control their own narrative, take the customer on the journey they want to take them on through email marketing. Now, although the 70% statistic I gave was for e-commerce, I've seen this work in most industries, from industrial generators to consulting services to tugboat chartering to selling private islands. Email marketing builds relationships. It keeps you front of mind. And when the prospect is ready to move, they move to the person they know best, and they'll move in your direction a lot more often than if you weren't keeping front of mind in that way. Clients I've worked with often worry that they don't want to be seen as spamming their prospects. And I totally get this, and I entirely share this concern. But consider your own inbox for a second. How often do you experience a genuinely negative reaction to a piece of email that comes in? Probably not that often. And if somebody does have a genuinely negative reaction to a piece of email that you send them, they were never going to be your customer anyway. So does it really matter? Let it be okay. Another tool I often use with clients is the rule of thirds. And I use this to help them understand the impact any piece of content marketing is going to have. In any group of people, and this is as true of me as it is of you, as it is of your products or your services, 1/3 of people are going to react negatively to it. They're not going to like it. 1/3 are not going to notice. They're not going to care. But 1/3 of people are going to react positively to me. They're going to like me. And this is as true of your company and your brand or your products or your services as it is of me. And as we scale up our content marketing, it's irrational for us to hope that everyone will see what we want them to see us as we want to be seen, or our products, or our services. So many people are paralyzed by the feared response of 2/3 of their audience that we're never going to like them anyway. The truth is 2/3 will not like you. You need to focus on getting past them to the 1/3 that will. Annoying a few people is just part of the deal. Marketing is polarizing. You're trying to get a response from people and expecting that response to always be positive is completely irrational. As personal branding coach Chris Ducker puts it, you need to market like a magnet to attract the best, but to actively repel the rest. Email marketing can be quite hard work. And for it to work best, you need to be consistent. Sporadic email out of panic and desperation for a quick cash injection stinks and turns people off, and they can see it a mile away. For email marketing to work best, it needs to be planned into your content strategy, but more importantly, your content repurposing strategy. Ideally, you'll include links to videos, podcast episodes, blog posts, share content that you've already created into your email, and then alongside that, make an offer of some kind. Attention is not free. You have to pay for it. And in email marketing, you pay for it with as much value as you can manage. As a rule of thumb, any content marketing should educate, entertain, and inspire. And in an email marketing, it should also go along with an offer of some kind. Your email marketing should be trying to give a lot more than it asks. And you need to reward the attention you've been given with as much value as you can. And when that email lands in your inbox, I hope you can imagine how different you'll feel about it as the recipient when somebody's coming trying to give you value rather than asking for your money. Email marketing needs to be anticipated. You need a routine and you need to stick to it. Email that isn't anticipated stands out and is interpreted as spam. Email that comes in on a routine is routine. In summary, I guess know this. Email marketing works. Fact. There are very few exceptions. Yes, it's work, but it's definitely work worth doing. We all second guess ourselves, and people often have a habit of hyper-focusing on the detail to the extent that they just don't take any action. Don't be that guy. Don't second guess your own content, and certainly don't try to be everyone's friend. At the end of the day, your job as a marketer is simple. And if your email simply lands in the inbox of the recipient with your name on it, you have achieved a goal. They now know who you are. You've shown up. That's really job number one. Everything else is a bonus. So I hope this video has helped hopefully fill you with some enthusiasm to start taking on your email marketing. Email marketing in my business and in the businesses of my customers, where they properly engage on it, is incredibly productive. In the last 2 weeks alone, I can probably tally up about £500,000 worth of business to my clients. A tiny bit for me. But it's the most productive thing they do when they take it seriously. If you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel. If you do subscribe, also hit the bell so you get notifications when I post new videos. And if you have questions and you want to continue the conversation with me, then please do ask them in the comments below, and I'd love to chat to you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.